Hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Vintage Story. As you can see in the bottom right corner, they updated it. It's 1.21 now. Stable version. Uh, there was a lot in the patch notes, so I kind of skimmed over most of them. But I did see a lot of interesting changes. I don't know if the plaster cooking thing that I've disliked has been changed. As I said, I skimmed through it. There was a lot to read. A lot. But they added a lot of ocean stuff and other features. First, before anything, gonna pause the game real quick. I don't like the frequency at which I am seeing temporal storms. So one thing that I figured out I can do is I'm gonna have to move this. It should be / world config space temporal. I don't know why this S is capitalized, but the T isn't. Temporal storms. Brackets. Very rare. I don't know if that did it. Okay, value very rare set. Restart game world or server to apply changes. Oh, then I'll be back in a second. Okay, I think I'm back. That was awkward. I want to see something. Dang it. No, it doesn't want to do that. The texture on this changed. Dark brown ceramic crock of porridge. Okay. But interesting. I literally restarted the world, so the config of temporal storms being more rare happened. I reloaded the world, and it's like, since the update happened, we have to make sure all the textures are changed. This will take a minute. And then once it did that, it was like, okay, now restart your world. And so I restarted the world again. It's just interesting. But today I was thinking of just doing a silent play of resource gathering, but Vintage Story updated, so I wanted to chat, I guess. I still need a lot more cobblestone. I think plaster is the same. The glass looks a bit clearer, I think, from before. Maybe at nighttime it just gets a different effect that's a bit foggy or something. Is anything different over here? Lantern looks the same. Oh. That crockpot. Oh wait, no, I have a bowl up there for some reason. I thought that, not crockpot. The crucible was peeking through the top of that bowl. Oh. All the things now say dark brown ceramics, so I'm assuming there's different colors of ceramics. I did read that in the patch note, but I didn't think it'd reload everything as dark. Also, apparently, the closing menus thing still does that painful thing. I think I can do something cool here. I'm gonna try it. Let's... I can! I wish I could pick up the ones that I don't want in certain spots. Dang. Because some of them are peeking over the edge, and I don't like that one. But I do think it's cool to see the random chunks on the table, just not the overhanging chunks. I was thinking I would put that on a table, but with the overhanging pieces, it looks a little awkward. So let's put those back. And the skep in my inventory is supposed to remind me I wanted more bees. Oh hey. There is the foggy texture still. I don't know why these ones over here look cleaner than the ones in my smithy. That's quirky. Wait, those just say glass. Is this because this is a different type of glass? Quartz glass. Okay, that's why. That's okay. But I think from last video, it is time to start planting again. So it's a good thing I redid the field. And I'll have to grab all the seeds that I put over here. For now, I want to do my grains first, which is rye, spelt, and lots of flax. Lots of flax. Let's get rid of this grass. Hey, that one came out angled. Interesting. Well, that's the flax portion. Rid of this extra grass. I want my fields grassy. Looks weird. And I never got cabbage, so I want to put cabbage down. Let's try to keep turnips for last, because I just have so much turnips from last year. Now we can do the turnips. Now I'll do a first big watering of the field. Maybe once at the beginning of the episode, every episode. Just to make sure they're 100 at least the first part of the episode. That'd be nice. I should have a water block somewhere here. I don't have my bucket on me. It's okay. I still wish it had a better indicator on when this watering can is full of water or not than hovering over it. Like something like this toolbar under the tool that was just blue or something that's like, hey, this has water in it. Oh, running over it once does just fully re-water it. There we go. Let's put this down. Let's go on the other side of the fence and just take a little screenshot for the video. Look at this. Awesome. Now, let's go do the bees. If any of them are poor, large, empty. I won't do it just yet. But I will keep the skep over here. Skep. That's dirt. That's some more plants. Okay. Let's get another serving of food out. And apparently they changed the clouds. I definitely see a change. They are much softer. They aren't as square as they used to be, which is really cool actually. Look how pretty it is. If only it wasn't so windy and particles were blowing in my face. But first order of business is, let's see. I thought I had a order of business. There it is. I should get a fire pit going. Well, first, let's check if the berries are doing a thingy. Interesting. I read something on the patch notes that said the berry bushes would be changed. I don't really notice a change, but I don't know. Anyway, so let's get some wood. Let's go for this tree. It looks a little wonky. The leaves are kind of strange. And then we'll make a fire pit. I should make one by the blacksmith. For now, I'll probably make it out of packed dirt. And then I'll figure something out. But I need quite a bit of firewood so I can make that pit kiln. Well, is it a pit kiln or is it just a charcoal pit? I don't remember the name of it. Let's also keep gathering sandstone when I see it, because I could definitely use it for the pathways. But once we get a fire pit for the charcoal to start burning in, I'd like to work, 1 second, sandstone, on more cattails and by the bees. More sandstone. Do I like the way this tree looks? Yeah, it's good. That one looks a little off. The leaves are quirky. But then, once I get the cattails sorted and the fire pit sorted, I need andesite. And of course I always need sandstone, but I mostly want to work on the basements today. The paths are in a good spot, I think. It switched to copper axe instead of flint axe. That's okay, but random. That birch tree's fine. What is this? Aged polished rock sandstone. Let's move this black currant bush with the other black currant bushes. Doop. That belt's almost done. Now let's go back to the house. I might run into a wolf just while I run this way, because we do tend to hear them a lot by the house. Blueberry bush and sticks. Let's grab the blueberry bush. Are these blueberries? Yes. Let's put another one right there then. And I can put another one. There's a cranberry bush. I'll put a blueberry bush here. And a cranberry bush here, I guess. But let's get more wood. Need a lot of firewood. I should close that so it doesn't go in there when I shift click it, huh? Then put that in there. Let's put this sandstone away really briefly. And I can make a little, I could make the fire pit thing out of this sandstone cobble. Since I personally am just not a fan of the weird yellowish stone color. And now I guess we just dig the hole behind the house. There you go. Oh my gosh. Stop hitting me. I was in a hole. You had the height advantage. Rude. Why did that guy just like fall out of a tree? Okay. Well, I guess I should go to sleep, because even though it's low rift activity, there's just a bunch of guys right there. Let's get some food. Eat a tad bit and sleep. Jeez, that went through my whole food bar. Oh, hello. Hey! I was dodging that very well, mind you. What is this? Bone arrow? That's new. I can't pick the ones up that it threw at me though. I need a bit more. I think I can just grab the ones I have in here. And this should be more than enough. There we go. Now, the plan was to cover these corners with the sandstone as well, but that has not worked out. We also need 1 more firewood and 1 bit of dry grass to start the fire on top that will burn it so I can make charcoal. So let's grab that. I should use packed dirt for this, huh? That might be safer so it doesn't burn any grass. Eight packed dirt, please. No, not packed, rammed earth. My bad. And then torch. Start the charcoal pit. And do that. There we go. That is task 1 complete. And now, if I can find just a tad bit more cattails like these. A nice thing that will be cool about this lake is that I can also use it for fish in the future. When it gets just a little bit warmer and it's not frozen over. Let's grab my bucket, because I remember I had some issues with the water on the farm. And I'd also like to put water where the cattails are. Much sandstone. It's a collection. I think the problem was over here. That will fix it. And I had a problem with this one. Oh. There you go. Is there any other problems? That one's okay. I think we're good. Now I just want to fill this in. I think all the water spots are full. Okay. Hey, look! Good timing. Let's grab a new skep. Because some of these are done. I'm glad they didn't attack me that time. Is there any clay around in this area? I know there's clay in this direction slightly that I could go dig up. I think I'll go dig some of this up and then just bring it back so it's easier to make the skeps at the windmill than having to go back to the village area every time I want more. Also, look how red those are. I love them. Lupins. Let's fix this odd pile of sandstone. There you go. And there's still more clay, but we have a stack and a little bit more. And that should be enough for a couple skips. Well, a dozen skips. Go. One more skep. A bunch of clay for future skeps. they were angry. Okay. Also, I should be able to leave a bucket here now. If I remember correctly, they added something that makes my life easier at the smithy. So let's go check it out. A small quality of life feature with the honeycomb now is that I should be able to just squeeze it out into a barrel rather than into a bucket. And since I have a barrel full of honey here, which I'm storing... Yeah! Nice. There's a bit of that. And here's more I haven't turned into wax yet. No, I have to shift. There we go. And for now I'll keep this in here. I don't need to cook it yet. I don't have any charcoal to make the copper plates, so I can't make lanterns out of the candles I make. But progress... I do wish the windmill was a bit bigger currently, so it wasn't overshadowed by the coop. But let's find some andesite. I needed more pickaxes though. Me not keeping up with my charcoal production has now inhibited my I want andesite endeavors, which sucks. No. Screen did the weird thing. Okay, where can I get a good amount of andesite? I could go to the cave. Well, the mine I've made over here. What's this one? I'll grab all these along the way. It must be a mosquito season or something outside now, because I went on a walk with my dad outside after dinner, and I woke up this morning and my neck is just itchy and I feel a slight bump, and so either I got bit by a spider or a mosquito. So the joy. Is this slate? It is slate. Nice. I did want that for the bottom of the flooring for the basement. And andesite for the walls mostly. thought that was darker. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is darker or is this darker? I think this is a bit more dark brown, but this is more dark gray blackish. The shale versus the slate stone. I still think this is darker, but that might be because it's darker brown than gray. I heard goat. I don't know if there's sheep or if it's just goats in the wool animal department. It's also a bit interesting that there aren't horses that I know of. Like, you can have a deer mount and some, I think, goat-ish like mounts, but I don't think there's horses. I also think in the update they added it so you can have some bow storage on your mount, and I don't remember if it's another tool or another weapon that you can have on your mount. But a lot of the update, or content-wise, was an ocean biome. Well, more to the ocean, like more plants, some coral, and now there's some coral cobblestone and coral blocks. And now there's also a bunch of different fish variants, and tropical fish, and some underwater foliage. And that was the main content update, but a lot of the rest of the update was bug fixes and everything. And it was just such a long list. I only skimmed through all the bug fixes. Well, bug fixes and or just slight changes, I guess. And the, what are they called? All the clay products you make, like the storage vessels, the watering can, the ingot molds, and stuff. They added colors to those. Some colors, anyway. All of mine are the dark variant, since it updated. I don't know if I have to find, like, a dye to paint them, or if it depends on the clay you use. That wolf is close. I think for now that's a good amount of stones. Oh, and there's a bunch of sandstone right here. Nice. Let's go put all this away. See how that works. Oh, sandstone. When I make the cobblestone and start putting it down in the basement. Also another blueberry bush I didn't see before. Put it with the other one. Oh, no. Clay is in over here. Clay. I don't know why that did that so weirdly. Let's try it again like this. There we go. That was better. And we'll do the slate. And put the clay back. Now let's work on the basement and see what we can do. Or not yet, no. It's still a little early to just work on the basement. I can do that in the evening. So let's put the stone wool in here. And grab these. And work on path blocks. There you go. I love when the camera does that. So nice. I think we're good now, though. Where did I put the arrows? There they are. Bone arrow. I think there's also a different variant of baskets, depending on what you make them out of. I used cattails, but I think there's a reed version. I don't know what reed is, though. And then, I don't know if you can make thatch baskets. But I think they should be different colors. I just really love the texture of the money gravel. It's so awesome. It's so wonderful. There we go. Let's go plant all of these in the cattail pond we have going. And I can place these down. Yep. Shift. No, not shift. I wasn't holding the right thing. That's what was up. Okay, 9 more cattails. And then we have that whole little thing done. Those in there. Oh, didn't mean to press that. Can I put any of these in here? Kind of. Not all of them. It's high rift activity. Hurry, hurry. I don't want to get jumped. I'm surprised with all the aquatic features that they added. They didn't add like an aquatic monster or aquatic rift monster. But that might be more difficult than I think to add. Okay. I'll keep the forget-me-nots on me. Where did I put this stone? I put it in here. Okay. Grab my torch so we have light while I do this. Let's grab this. I still need a bit more slate. That's okay. There's that one. Now the bigger room. For being high rift activity, I don't hear a lot of rifts or a lot of rift monsters, which is interesting. Whereas earlier, when it was low rift activity, I saw 2 drifters, a shiver, and a bowtorn, all while it was still kind of bright outside, while I was trying to make my charcoal pit. Interesting how this works. I'm gonna eat in a second. I'm gonna try and finish this whole flooring. I need quite a bit more slate than I thought I did. And a bit more andesite. But we're almost done with the walls of the basement. I just need the lights and the doors now, which is annoying, but we're getting there. Also, let's craft more paths. There we go. Now I hear creepy things. Let's eat a bit of food. Oh, that's empty. This will be our dinner for tonight. I do wish this tree was taller so I could see around it. And that one as well. I like all the trees, but I wish they were taller so I could see the ground level better. There they are, trying to break down my door, but they can't. Put that there. And then I'll grab one of these. guess it's time to sleep now. But before we do, I might as well search clay pots. What? Unusable clutter. It'd be cool to have a big clay pot like that, though, that you could use. Clay stone in snowball. Why is it called clay stone? Quirky. Ruined claymore. Raw red clay shovel mold. How do I make the different colors, though? Red. Firing in kiln. Getting a mold with molten metal in it wet will cause the mold to shatter. I know that. But how do I make colors? I'm assuming the daub? Dry grass, red, limestone sand, barren soil. Okay, so it doesn't. Blue clay is found as surface deposits in any area with high enough precipitation, so not deserts, and high enough temperatures, so not the Arctic. I want to know how to make colors, though. Bother. There we go. Calm rift activity except for the drifters at my doorway. Wonderful things they are. I don't want firewood in that. Cooking tool turns it into cooked wild rhizomes. What does this do? It doesn't say it does anything. Why would I make it if it doesn't do anything? Weird. Does this do anything? Obtained by killing Bowthorn. Requires bowyer trait. I already have bowyer trait. Because I'm an archer. If you don't know, or haven't tuned in, I'm a hunter. So I get less ore and mining speed. And less damage from melee. But extra walking speed, animal loot, animal harvesting speed, range damage, ranged accuracy, and distance. And exclusive craftable bows and arrows. Should I just deal with them? They aren't... Oh my gosh, there's so many. Instead of killing them to get the flax fiber, I just whack them and it gives me a chance now to... Okay, stop hitting me on repeat. Annoying. Sorry that was loud, guys. I didn't think there were 4 of them. And they were very annoying. Very persistent as well. First order of business. Let's get this charcoal settled. I hear Boathorn. And it's hiding in the tree. Nothing. Did give me an arrow though. And 51 charcoal. Well, that's enough to do some charcoal stuff later today, but it is daylight, and doing that in the morning seems a little wasteful. Let's get more food. Okay. I did tell you guys I wanted to work on this path slightly. The other day. So let's lightly terraform this. Bye bronze shovel. I'm thinking I'll need another one. Yeah. I already have a lot of flint on me. Shovels. There we go. I'll keep those on me though. And let's finish terraforming this spot over here. I'm totally distracting myself from getting the basement done, aren't I? It'll be okay. This is still village work. Let's grab that random block that I didn't grab before somehow. Could move this. Let's put a pine tree up here. Why not? Now I can figure this out. Okay. I do think I'd like this to be a stone path block as well. And one here. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now I might make a house there. Another house over here. I might even extend this path and put a house over here as well. I don't know what all the houses will be for yet. Let's figure out this weird thing. Okay, that looks slightly better terrain-wise. Yeah. Here's one. The terrain is slowly shaping up how I would like it to be. I do think I'd like this sapling up here. And I might move these. There. Now I just wish I had quite a bit more sandstone. So let's go mining for some slate. Let's see if we can pick up any more of these sandstone bricks along the way. Some of them are bound to be flint. Sorry I wasn't talking there, I was just so focused on terrain making. Sometimes my brain does that. It goes full on, I want this to look good. And I stop talking. You know what? Right here is actually a lot of free sandstone. Doop. Just a little bit more. There you go. That's enough. Now let's try to fix some more andesite. Also, poor fox got trapped in my andesite digging spot. I think I might need 2 stacks of andesite and maybe 3 stacks of slate stone? So let's eat. Maybe my issue with opening and closing inventories is a camera sensitivity issue. My camera sensitivity is low though, or my mouse sensitivity, so I don't know why it's just constantly, I open the menu, close the menu, and it spams my thing from here to here in an instant, where it takes me like a full hand stroke of my mouse to move 90 degrees. This is why I was thinking it would be nice to do a silent play, because I'm not talking, because I'm just resource gathering and I don't know what to talk about. I think I like the update so far. The clouds are actually so seamless now. It's like I can't remember. They used to be way more jagged than they used to. If you look at any of the older vintage story videos I have, the clouds were very sharply textured, but now they're so smooth on the edges and everything. It's crazy. I love the clouds. They just fit so seamlessly now, and it's wild. I would like it if the inventory thing better told me how to color the clay forming stuff. Because I want to try having more colorful, like, flower pots and everything, but I don't know how to color them. You know, maybe if I pick one of them up and I search it in the menu, maybe that'll show me how I can change its color. That might be worth looking at. Now, I'm going to hope this is enough to get at least a bit more done on the basement. Also, let's gather some more of these. Constantly need more sandstone. Oh. Blueberry bush. More blueberries. Oh. Hey, resin tree. I'm gonna mark you as resin. It'd be cool if I could make a tap and just put it in there and collectively have a bucket under it that just fills up with resin over time. That'd be nice. Let's grab my clay. And use the slate. That should be enough to accomplish some stuff. Now my inventory is a little crowded though. Let's put these bushes there. And get more of this basement sorted out. Hey! I did get enough. Now I just need the floor done. That's one room. 2 rooms. Okay. Almost have it. Would this make enough? It's actually pretty close. You know what? First, let's put some stuff away. I don't need the slabs. I will need those. Or at least 6 of those. Put those away. That goes in there. Oh. Okay. That fixed that problem. Now let's work on this problem. Yep. Now, this will be annoying, because I have to put them in the ingot molds to sit, so they can cool a bit. Just so I can melt them again, so I can temper them on the forge, well, the anvil. So I can turn them into copper plates, so I can make my copper lanterns to light up my house. And I have enough here for 2 plates. I have an extra ingot upstairs, but can't do much with it. Ew, I need my tongs. Now, depending on how fast this goes, I might only need 2 or 3 of these. But that is quite a hefty amount of copper it's melting, so I might need the 3 or 4. And see what happens with it. But while we do that, let's unlock this. I wish there was a lock button, like a lock icon, and I could, whenever I lock it, it does stay there. Because whenever I exit and reload, this will be back here, regardless. But while we do this, and we wait for this to smelt, let's talk about the town. So this is the main house, right here, where I'm going to have all my stuff, and my food storage basement and everything. And I might have a secret extra basement that connects these 3 so I can go around them at night if there's monsters about. This house, I'm thinking will be a clay forming house. Or maybe not. And I'll have a different clay forming house that actually is more shop-like, and I can display all the clay forming since they added all the updated colored like ingot molds and pots and pottery things. I'm gonna take this out. No, I'm gonna put it back in. That's spooking me. And then this is the smithy. I still need the upgraded kiln stuff so I can work on iron and bigger ore projects. But I'll need a house for a woodworker. That might turn this house into a woodworking house. We'll see. Oh, stepped on the fire. Let's pour these. Is it me, or is the tilt animation on this much more severe tilting of the tongs? I feel like I preferred the older animation for tilting the crucible with the tongs. And now I just wait for these to cool. Now... Anyway, back to map. So this might be a woodworking house instead, and I might make a clay forming shop, a pottery shop here. And then I need a house for leatherworking, which could possibly go over here, like a hunter's cabin. There's a couple of buildings I can add, but then this path will stretch and be a little windy down to here, kind of like that. And then chicken coop area, the main field, windmill. There might be more windmills in the future, probably over here. And then bees. I want more flower fields with bees. And then we have our cattail farm here. I want a separate big field for just vegetables. This one to be grains that will be cycled every year or season. So the soil resets. And then more flower fields, because I just like the flowers in the game, and berry fields. And I need to figure out how I can make this pink apple tree have offspring. Because during winter I tried taking off a branch so I could replant it later, but I think because it was winter it didn't want to work. Oh wait, no, I did grab the clay. We're good. We're chilling. Oh my gosh, it's so dark. But here's the new basement. I don't know if I have any doors for it. Do I have pine wood doors? No. Okay. 1 door, 2 door. For now, let's move this storage container into this room, I guess. And next episode, I can move my food from the old house that's a bit over there into this house. Get some more storage vessels cooking. And maybe that's when I'll figure out how to color them. You know what? Let's actually grab this and press H. They did add words. Let's see. Can hold soybeans, peanuts, pickled soybeans, pickled carrots, pickled cabbage, onions, turnips, parsnips, pumpkin slice, peppers, and olives. Are olives new? I haven't heard of olives. Interesting. And I haven't seen the soybeans, peanuts. Yeah, those. I've heard of pumpkins and peppers, though. I just haven't seen them. But how do I color it? It just says cream, gray, black. Oh, when in a beehive kiln, it will fire into different colors depending on how many doors are open. Okay, that makes sense. I just need doors. Interesting. That'll be a bit far out then. Let's put the torch in here. I don't need to hold the fox blade. I can put it in my weapon rack. I have a spear still. Kind of. 14 durability. Oh my gosh. But I think that'll be the episode. We made a lot of good progress. We still have some farming to water next episode. And to get some grains from over the old house and feed the chickens more often. And next episode, I think we'll try to get the... Can't really see it through this window. But we'll get the andesite cobblestone for that house. And maybe try to do the basement as well. We'll hopefully work on the windmill a tad bit more. Get the chickens having food, and we'll try and get more of these lanterns going since we have the ingots cooling. But that'll be it from me today. I hope you enjoyed my tiny perspective of what's new in the 1.21 update. Anyway, I hope you had a good morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever time of day it is for you, and that you're staying well hydrated and well fed. But I will see you all later. Bye-bye!